Welcome to one of my favorite workouts, Pilates for beginners. Let's start on our backs. All you need is a mat. That is it today. And honestly, you don't even really need a mat. You can just do this on your carpet at home or on a towel. So we're gonna start on our backs with our feet hip distance apart and your feet flat. All right, so I want you on an exhale to just curl your tailbone towards you. You're doing a little pelvic tilt. Inhale, take your tailbone away from you. All right, so when you curl your tailbone towards you, it's just a gentle rock, like a rocking horse in your pelvis. When you take it away, you're rocking it the opposite way. We're gonna spend just a moment here. I have many Pilates workouts for beginners, gentle Pilates, this falls in that category, and you can always check those out as well. And I just wanna make sure that you never get discouraged. So Pilates is really meant to make you better at everything else you do, whether that means getting up and down off the floor by yourself, carrying something heavy in from the car, or running a marathon. Whatever it is that you want to do, Pilates should help you feel better and more empowered in your body, okay? So you modify whatever you need as you're getting started. Now, on this next one, you're gonna curl your tailbone like we started with, and you continue to roll up one vertebrae at a time into what we call a bridge position. I want you to inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down, starting from the top, trying to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, curl, same thing. You're trying to kind of focus on keeping your hips level, so that's one thing you want to think about. Then one hip isn't lifting or lowering more than another. You're trying to, like I said, roll through those back bones one at a time. If you have something like scoliosis, back pain, that can feel difficult, so don't be surprised if you have sticky points. That's completely fine. All right, you just work to the level you're able to right now. Roll to the top. I'd like you to stay here. Inhale, reach your arms back. Exhale, arms down to your sides. We're gonna do two more like that. So at this point, hopefully you're feeling your muscles warm up a little bit. Arms reach back, and then arms down to your sides, and then curl and roll back down. Nice job. Let's bring your hands behind your head. The thumbs go at the base of your skull, elbows are wide. On an exhale, tuck your chin and just gently roll up and see what your body wants to do today with that. And then inhale back down. Again, we're not going to be here long, but I'm just showing you some of the basic fundamental moves in Pilates for you to see how your body responds, and then we build on that. So again, if you need to modify, you just don't come up as high. You can always put a pillow behind your head here, which helps because you're not lowering down as far. And eventually, as you progress with Pilates, you just build on these fundamental pieces, or you never have to. You can always stay at this level and have it be beneficial. Okay, roll up, stay here for me. Twist to your left and center. Twist to your right and center and roll down. And we're gonna do that again. So being a physical therapist and a Pilates teacher for over 20 years now, I can tell you, no matter what level, no matter how long your workout, you will get benefit from doing Pilates. It does not have to be advanced or fancy or long, okay? So give yourself a little patience with that. When you come up on this one, roll to your right first and center. Left, center, and down. Good job. So also keep in mind, I do have a video all about how to do crunches without neck pain. So if you're one of the people that always gets neck pain with crunches, go find that video for me and then come back to this one, all right? Because that will help you feel more empowered in this position. Come down all the way. Nice job. Let's bring your arms down to your sides. Straighten your left leg out. Hug your right knee in. And what we're gonna do now is reach that right leg up towards the ceiling. You can hold behind the leg if you choose. We're gonna do a leg circle, and I'm gonna start small. I want you to point your toes on the right, and you're gonna do a little circle just like this. And if this is too much, I want you to go find a sheet or a yoga strap or a belt, and you're gonna put it around your foot and hold on to it to support the circles, okay? And what you're thinking about here is trying not to let anything else move. We're trying to keep the hips stable. We're trying to keep the left leg still. We're trying to keep our upper body relaxed. One more. Switch directions. And if you're comfortable, you can start to make the circles a little bigger. This is called leg circles, believe it or not, in Pilates. And the principle is disassociation. We're trying to move the leg, disassociate it without moving everything else. You'll see that principle throughout Pilates. Okay, nice job. Up, hug the knee in, and we're gonna go ahead and switch legs. So let's just give that left one a good squeeze. Reach it up and again, hold behind the leg because you can give yourself a little support. See how you feel there. And then release and start your circles. And if you need that belt or sheet, use it again here. A TheraBand would work as well if you have a resistance band at home. Really trying to reach through the leg. Another principle throughout Pilates is the idea of length. It's just the thought process of how can I make my body as long as possible in this position, reverse directions now. And how I think of that is creating space. So instead of making myself really small here, how can I make space in my hip joint? How can I make space through that leg? So think of it that way if that helps. Good, and then hug the knees in. We're not truly lengthening your bones, okay? I can't physiologically do that, but I can help you find some space and feel a little better in your body, okay? Good, hug both knees in, and then roll to your left side. So we're going to have our head in our hand, and if that's not comfortable for you, you can lay down completely flat. Your bottom knee is going to be straight, and your top leg is straight out from the hip. Pull the toes back towards you. Inhale to bring the leg forward. Exhale, point, and bring it back. Nice job. All right, so I'm going to continue to talk here. I know I talk a lot. I always get comments about it too, but it's because for me personally, when I understand why I'm doing something, it actually helps to motivate me to feel more in control of my body. So feel free to take it or leave it, but let me explain why we're doing this. It's that same idea of disassociation. You're trying to get that leg to move without everything else moving. So it's strengthening that leg very effectively. It's lengthening that hamstring, and that eventually you'll help to stretch that hamstring out. And it's protecting and strengthening your back. So lots of great things about that. Now, keep the toes pointed. Bring the leg forward, up, and around into a leg circle. All right. Here as well, you are in control of this. You make the circle smaller if you need to. You make it bigger if you need to. You want to think about gently pulling that belly button in. Last one. And switch directions. So I'm going to inhale up and forward and exhale back. But I do not want you to get caught up or stressed about the breathing. I just want you breathing, okay? Don't hold your breath. Find a pattern. But it is okay if you're breathing at opposite times than me, especially if this is the first time you're doing this. Do not at all stress about that part. Nice job. Bring the leg down. Feet are together. I'm just going to lift my top knee and lower. This is called a clamshell. It again is just a great exercise for this position. I give this to my clients and physical therapy clients as well. This exercise for hip pain, low back pain, pelvic floor issues, knee pain. This position, the side lying series we're doing, has a lot of benefit. Okay, one more. Nice job. And you're going to go ahead and just press yourself up. so we can lay down on the other side. And as you progress through this, and some of my other gentle Pilates and Pilates for beginners, you can start to get into those intermediate videos where we add components to this. All right, so my top leg is out with the foot flexed. Inhale forward, exhale back. And something like this is a routine or a workout that I personally will always come back to. If I've had an injury, if I'm working back from a rest period, anything like that. So I've had 3 major abdominal surgeries, and after each one, this is always where I start. And it feels hard. Like it is starting over again sometimes, but that's okay. That's what's great about these fundamental pieces, right? They're still so effective. I never tell anyone that beginner or gentle means easy, because that is not the case. All right. Good. Keep your toes pointed. Now we're going to come forward, up, and around. Another thing, if you're new to Pilates, that might surprise you is I don't sit and talk about your core. I don't talk much about your abs. We'll get there. There's a lot of amazing abdominal work we can do for your abs, and I have a lot of videos for that. I do have a beginner abdominal video, so if you want to work just on your abs for beginners, that's great too. Switch directions here. But I want you more to focus on the movement itself, right? And then everything we do is going to work kind of that whole center core area. Keep your back healthy, keep your back strong, keep your center strong. But we don't have to do 100 crunches to get you there. That's what I love about Pilates, because I don't want to do 100 crunches. All right, bend the top knee so they're together. Your hips are stacked. I'm going to lift just my top knee and down. So in any Pilates that you do, you're going to get some of these principles like I've talked about, some disassociation, some lengthening, breathing is one of the principles, kind of speed or pace or flow we'll talk about. Basically, I think of that as trying to connect it all together so you get a full body workout and you get your heart rate going a little bit. So you'll always find some of those principles involved. One more. And the biggest thing I would tell you, go ahead and sit up, as you're searching for an instructor you like or workouts you like, is you should feel better about yourself when you do it, okay? Don't ever leave feeling worse about yourself or thinking about what you weren't able to do. You should always focus on what you were able to do. We're gonna do a stretch called mermaid. Your left foot is back, your right foot is in. This is called a mermaid sit or a Z sit. If this is not comfortable for you, you can go cross-legged, or you're gonna sit up on a box or a block or a small stool, all right? Arms out to the side. You're gonna inhale, and then exhale. I'm gonna bring my right hand down and my left hand over. And then I inhale back up, and exhale, take it the other way. Nice. So take your time. This is a beautiful, lovely side bend stretch that can also be very tricky if you have tight hips. So it's okay if it doesn't feel flowy, but I do love this stretch for hips and for that kind of side area, your obliques, your quadratus lumborum. And again, cross-legged would be just fine, or sit up on a block, especially if you have scoliosis. You're gonna feel a little uneven or unbalanced here, so sit up on something if you need to. Nice, and we're just gonna switch feet. If you're cross-legged, switch which one's on top. If you're in a Z sit like me, bring the other leg behind you. Arms out, and here we go. Left hand down, right hand over, and reach up, and other way. This is another place you can think about that idea of creating space. So when you sit back up, you're creating space between all those ribs. So just think about trying to make yourself as tall as possible. We have one more each direction. You'll be amazed how energized you feel at the end of all of this. Because we're getting all those little vertebrae moving that haven't moved probably in a while. And arms come down. Nice job. So we are going to come on to all fours. So you're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. When you're ready, bring the right arm out in front of you. And if that's enough, I just want you to stay here and work on your balance. If you would like to add a little more, bring the left leg back behind you. So this is not a traditional Pilates exercise, but I find it's a great way to work into planks, which would come in some of your more advanced beginner or intermediate workouts. All right, other side, left arm first. Take your time, either stay here or bring your right leg back. Good, and then come back down. Nice job. So your choice, you're either gonna do that again, right arm or right arm, left leg, or since we were talking about plank, we'll try one in this workout. If you would like to try a plank, reach your right leg back behind you, curl the toes, lift your belly, feel strong in your arms, left leg steps back. You have a little bend in your elbows and just hold it for me for 3. Of course, you can do this on your knees. 2, 1, nice job. Knees down. Let your weight shift back. Great job. Restack your spine. And then we're gonna bring our legs around in front of us and have your legs mat distance apart. Your toes are gonna pull back towards you. Okay, this alone can be a tough position. So if you need to bend your knees or sit up again on a block or roll your mat up to sit on it, you can. We're gonna bring our hands behind our head. Sit up as tall as you can. Inhale, rotate to your right. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate left. Exhale, center. So again, think about space. Sit up as tall as you can. I know if you are tight in your hips, that's where you're gonna feel this. That's okay. That is not wrong. Again, I give this exercise to clients all the time for how it allows us to actually stretch your hips out. And if you need more stretching than this, I have videos for that too, okay? So go search for those for some hip stretching and leg stretching workouts. Okay, come back to center. Bring your arms in front of you. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, restack. Give me 2 more like that. Exhale, forward. Inhale, restack nice and tall. Last one. Restack. Bring your arms down in front of you and then just sweep them out to the side, up towards the ceiling, and in front of you again. Last one. Nice job. Bring your legs together. Bring your arms out in front of you. And I'd like you to curl your tailbone and just as slow as you can, try to roll onto your back. If you need to use your hands to help you, please go right ahead. Nice job. Reach your arms back. And then sweep them around and hug both knees into your chest. Rock yourself side to side. And then stay here as long as you need. Thank you again for joining me today. Great job, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by. Remember, subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified every time a new video comes up. Like and comment on this video and let me know what you thought. You can also always come over to jessicavalantpilates.com to find all the resources I have for living a healthy lifestyle, including full-length workout videos, healthy recipes, and a community I would love for you to be a part of. So I'll see you there.